talk of the hockey world was what happened last night in Ottawa between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Ottawa Senators. 4-3 with less than a minute to go. The Leafs pull for the Senators. The Leafs pull the goalie, and Ridley Greig goes down the ice and decides, I'm going to pay tribute to former Flame defenseman Al McInnes and blast a slap shot from basically the slot of the open net. Scores. Morgan Reilly takes exception to it. Decides to pays tribute to Jose Bautista in some ways, or baseball players, as he takes a big cross check to, at the very least, for those that are arguing, because this has become an argument.
I was going to say he paid tribute to Dennis Weidman when he smacked the linesman.
Yes, well, that's true. That's a good. The paying tribute to Dennis Weidman with his smack upside the head to Ridley Greig with a cross check to the face. It caused all sort of commotion. And it looks like Morgan Reilly is going to have a hearing, according to both John Shannon and Andrew Strickland. The question is, will the hearing be in person? If it is in person, it's more than 5 games. If it's not in person, if it's over the phone, it is less than 5 games. Friend of the show, Hot Take Hockey, said if this is more than 5 games, you're going to have a rant from me of expletive sort of epic proportions. Sean in our chat said that if he does that, you're going to have a rant of his. If it's not 5 games, you're going to have a rant of epic proportions, which, by the way, you can listen tomorrow if that happens, because I think he may go off on that. You had a chance to see it, Dan. What are your thoughts? Kind of where are you at?
Do these guys have any history?
No, not okay. So this is from, I listened to the Senators' perspective on this and the Leafs' perspective on this, and I'll give credit to a podcast called Locked On Senators, who pointed out during the game, and I did go back and watch this. Ridley Greig took several cross checks from Austin Matthews and Jake McCabe through the third period.
Yeah, I saw that in the game. I just wasn't sure if, this bubbled over a number of years.
Well, Ridley Greig is getting a reputation around the league, like he is a rookie, but Ridley Greig is getting a reputation around the league of sort of like a Matthew Tkachuk. When Matthew Tkachuk came into the league, he's a bit of a shit disturber, and he's kind of one of those type of players, and he took an exception to it. He responded in the way that he responded. Now,
I think this deserves at least 5 games.
Okay, yeah. So let's start. I think that from the Leafs' perspective on this is the argument what Ridley Greig did. And I don't really like I'm going to be honest with you, I don't like what Ridley Greig did. I don't think that you should, and there's people arguing that it's an empty net. It doesn't matter to me if it's an empty net or Dan Stevenson is in front of the net. You simply don't do that. It's a really disrespectful thing. And if a goalie was in the net and he hit him in the face, that's a dangerous play. So, I understood Morgan Reilly's anger towards what Ridley Greig did. I didn't like it, but at the same time, without question, Morgan Reilly hit him in the head. Like, there's people disputing that. He hit him in the head. And as I said to one person who said that wasn't the head, one person tweeted it was in the head, and I responded, well, unless last I checked, the face was part of the head. So yes, it's the head. There's no question. Even if he glanced the shoulder first, he got the head. There's no question. And I paused it. He hits him in the head. You can't argue that in my mind. It's ridiculous to not argue it. He hit him in the head, period. Flat out. Hit him in the head. But so yes, to me, I would argue and I would agree that it's a 5-game suspension. Kelly Rudy suggested that if you're going to give Rasmus Anderson got 4 for what he did late in the Columbus game to Patrick.
Exactly.
It's in that same.
If Anderson got 4, this has to be at least 5.
Yeah, I'm with you on. I think it should be worse. And Nikita Zadorov, by the way, also got a 2-game suspension for a headshot against the Detroit Red Wings, Lucas Raymond, yesterday. And if you're going to suspend Nikita Zadorov, you have to suspend Morgan Rielly, because that was worse than what Zadorov did. I don't know if you saw what Zadorov did.
I did.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, that's what's good. So it's,
and like you're saying, if you think that what Greig did is disrespectful, then you talk to the guy, or you go and pin him against the boards and have a chat or something like that. Like, you don't need to blast him in the head. Especially as a rookie, I could see if it's a veteran who knows better, sure. As a rookie, maybe there's one of those times that you have to, have a conversation when you line up the face-off or something like that. But I don't think that the punishment met the crime.
Yeah. Chris Johnson just tweeted out Morgan Rielly will have an in-person hearing for his cross checks, which means it's going to be 6 games or more.